Welcome back, everyone. I'm so delighted to be here with you for this week's Priestess Rise Up transmission. My name is Lisa Espinosa, and every week we gather here to remember our priestess path, remember our priestess journey, remember why we're here, remember your sacred mission, and to gather together in ceremony to release anything that does not serve you, anything that is unnecessary. And so, if you're joining me today, it is the full moon. But even if you're watching this at a later time when it's not the full moon, please know that this energy that the full moon brings is going to be woven into this transmission. So, today, full moon, also, we're getting to, we're in December. We're like, weeks away, I think like 24 days away from crossing the threshold into a new year. The winter solstice is going to be coming as well. So there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of light available to the planet this month. What does that do? What happens when there's so much light coming in? When there's so much light coming in, it is beautiful, and it also like illuminates, highlights, purges, detoxifies anything that is not of the light, particularly high destiny, particularly if you are in this path of service. So if you're watching this, I know you are. If you're in the path of service and you're here to, be one of those leaders that is, last week we talked about being a beacon of light, right? That is helping to usher in, hello, Roxana, a new age of miracles and unity consciousness. Then what that means is that you've signed up to have ongoing, not just spiritual awakenings, but spiritual cleansings. And so today on the full moon, it's such a powerful day to set that intention of like, okay, what am I purging? Because in order to receive the light, right, in order to receive, hey, Diane, the light codes and all of the blessings that are here for you, right? All of the grace, all of the healing, all of the upgrades, we have to make space within us. And so I was reflecting today, oh my gosh, on the year. I've been reflecting, but today, because I'm still recovering, I'm better than I was last week, but I'm still recovering. I was reflecting on how many physical things I've dealt with this year. I mean, starting in February, where I had this like massive digestive system meltdown that led to all sorts of, and I already have a very clean diet, but this was like a whole other level of cleansing. And it's just been a lot of things this year for me physically. There's been other things as well, but there's been so much in my physical body that's been clearing and cleansing. And I know that a lot of that is clearing old trauma. There was a lot of my life where it just was kind of like survival mode, right? Warrioress mode, getting through all of these really challenging things. And I really didn't have time to focus on my body. I mean, I was very blessed at that point where it seemed like my body was healthy and I was just going through all this emotional stuff. And then, really, the last decade, through different cycles, it's been this like, okay, time to heal up a lot of things in my body. Now, it might be the same for you. It might be emotional things. It might be whatever it is, right? We're here and we're preparing for a receiving, right? We're preparing, hello, Jessica, for a deep receptivity. And so, this coming Sunday is my Lady of Guadalupe gathering that I've been doing now for 8 years. The last 3 years, it's been virtual. Yes, the last 3 years. So, again, this year will be virtual. It is a free offering. And so her feast day is on the 12th. We're going to gather on the 11th. And she really, if you get my newsletter, you read what I wrote, that when I was, because every time, I meditate and pray, and I'm like, okay, Guadalupe, tell me, what is this year about? What do you want the theme to be? Many of you might remember that last year it was, I heard her say, I need leaders. And so that's been the call. You're being called to lead. You're being called to be in the spotlight. You're being called to share your light. Everybody's leadership will look different, right? So there's no comparison. Yours will look unique to you. And so this year, when I connected with her, she was like, I need you to trust me more. And this wasn't a message just for me, this is for the collective, right? Like that she and all the divine beings and our soul is really inviting us, challenging us. That's the next upgrade, is how do we embody trust? How do we hold our center? Especially when things around us, and then not necessarily in our personal life, but it might be more globally or more in the collective, seem to be falling apart or seem to be breaking down. That's what a leader does. That's what a priestess does. She is the sanctuary. She is the safe space. She is the one, the lighthouse, right? Like we did that meditation last week. She is the one that practices and is committed to keeping her heart open, especially when things seem really scary or crazy or uncertain. I mean, it's easy to keep our heart open when things seem okay, right? But that's not what we signed up for. We said we're going to come here and be we're going to be the boots on the ground, right? We're going to be part of, oh, thank you, Zoe. We're going to be part of the priestess battalion, right? That is going to be reminding everybody of their light, reminding everybody that everything they're looking for is within them. And so, I'm wearing my special jacket here. It's got cranes, these beautiful peace cranes. And, they've really been coming to me as these messengers, right? As these guides to help me connect with that peace that passes all understanding. That's another part of the priestess medicine, right? The priestess tools, the priestess power is to be able to embody peace when it doesn't appear to be peaceful. I am so being initiated in that. And so the card that I pulled for today for us from this amazing deck called the Moon Deck, it seemed perfect to use it today on the full moon, was this one here. And it says, I forgive and let go with loving ease. And then I also pulled from the Earth Magic deck, I think it's called. This one, it says Waterfall Effortless. So look at how beautiful. Both of them, there's this energy of flow, of ease, and well, literally this one says effortless, but this one says with loving ease. So today on the full moon, where it's all about completion and releasing, I love that these cards are bringing the message of doing that with ease. There's been plenty of times when we've released and it's been quite painful. And here we're being given the grace to be able to release with ease, right? To be able to release, as Our Lady of Guadalupe was, saying, through trust. And, again, she's been bringing that message, trust me more, trust. That's a practice. Where does trust get created? Trust is an energy that is inherent in our heart. It is our natural way of being. However, we are here in a matrix, in a blueprint that feeds us lots of fear and illusions. And so it doesn't feel natural anymore. It doesn't feel like our natural way of being to be in trust. And yet these ascended masters like Our Lady of Guadalupe come to remind us that that is our natural being. And that the way we practice and cultivate creating, nurturing trust is through the thoughts that we think. And so I know on Sunday when we enter this ceremony, she is going to be bringing so many healings and blessings for those old habits of thinking that we don't even, they just seem so automatic. Like, oh, worry, 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 worry. Let me worry about this because this is what my brain does. Right. And so that's going to be happening. And so, how perfect that we have the full moon today to prepare to receive on Sunday. And I love this. This says, I forgive and let go with loving ease. And perhaps part of the forgiveness, I know for me, a lot of it has been about forgiving myself and really forgiving myself for choosing such challenging lessons in this lifetime. I really do believe that we choose our initiations, that before we came into this life, we were like, all right, these are going to be my parents. These are the things that I'm going to go through. These are the challenges, because this is going to be part of the training of my life. That isn't to say that we dismiss the terrible things that happen to us. We have to go through, I mean, when we agreed to that, we also agreed to going through the really courageous journey of healing all of that. And so I've been on a very long journey with professional support, with spiritual support, with everything that I could gather around me to support me to heal all of that, to heal that. And I'm not saying I'm done, this is a lifelong journey. But what I'm finding more and more for me this year, and particularly these last few months and these last few weeks and these last few days, is what's coming up. What has come up for me has been self-judgment around, like, why did I choose such challenging lessons? Why did I choose to have such difficult, in some parts of my life, such challenging relationships, in some parts of my life, such really challenging initiations, in some parts of my life, some things that caused me so much pain that I'm still year after year after year after year working on healing. And so almost like this judgment that I was having of myself for choosing those lessons. And so for me, there's a lot of self-forgiveness that I've been practicing, that I keep reminding myself to practice. Of course, there isn't anything for me to forgive. If you are listening to this and this resonates with you, and there's things that you agree to experience in this lifetime that have been very difficult, we remember that we did that from a place of love. We did that because we knew that something in that experience, or many things in those experiences, were going to allow us to be more powerful beacons of light, to access more compassion for humanity that is suffering, to have a deeper understanding, to develop faith and patience, there's just so many things that are the byproducts of some of these really challenging initiations. So for you to really remember that you chose that out of love, and that it is so brave and courageous and noble. And so to beat ourselves up for that makes no sense, except that that's what the ego does, right? And you've heard me talk about this a lot or often, that not only do we agree to come into the earth where there's a lot of pain and suffering, we agree to go through all of these challenges, and then we agree to do all that with an ego that is programmed to always keep us looking outside of ourselves. An ego that is always comparing and is always judging. And that's how the ego is programmed. That's what the ego is programmed to do. And so again, how noble of all of you, how courageous, how brave for you to choose the lessons that you've chosen, and at the same time to be the bridge, because we are in the process of creating a new earth paradigm where we don't need to suffer in order to remember our divinity. But we're not there yet. So we're the bridge. When I was in Ireland, I remember I was really, connecting with Bridget, goddess Bridget. And then I came back and I was like obsessed with Bridget. I was just really connecting with her. And if you haven't seen, my dear friend Zoe and I, Zoe's in Ireland, we did a special priestess transmission a few weeks ago or a month ago. I think it's a month ago now, about Guadalupe and Bridget. And we talked about how Bridget, she's really such a priestess mentor. But when I was talking to her and connecting with her, and I was, working on my book, and I was like, tell me about priestesses. And she was like, priestesses are a bridge. And that image of us as a bridge has come to me in so many different ways. And one is that we're here bridging this old way of needing to suffer to remember our divinity to this other way, which is of growing and healing through joy. So again, think of all the amazingness that this requires, right? That we didn't sign up to come into the earth during a beautiful golden age. I think some of us did in other timelines and lifetimes. We were like, okay, we're going in these really challenging times. And we are also, when we gather together in the priestess sisterhood and the priestess brotherhood, we get to expand our capacity to do this through grace. And so that is what these cards are bringing the message of, that we can today have that intention that I'm willing to release, and I'm willing to let go, and I'm willing to do that through ease and effortlessness. And so when we step into our ceremony shortly, that's going to be the prayer, right? And the question that you ask your soul, what am I releasing? What is the thing that perhaps you've been holding on to for years, maybe for even lifetimes, that has felt so hard to let go of? And perhaps it's felt like it requires so much work, so much effort. And maybe in the past it did, right? And there's no shame in that. That is to be celebrated and acknowledged. And now we're here. And sometimes the hardest thing is to, when we've suffered so much, when we've had to put so much effort, sometimes the hardest thing can be to let go of the effort. It's almost like our brain glitches, like, wait, what? How could this be effortless? But I want to tell you something. Your brain, your mind is not the one that's going to understand this. It's all going to be your heart. And so as I wear my beautiful pink jacket, my inner teenager really loves this. And I wish I could show you the back, because there's an amazing tiger in the back, right behind my heart. It's like this tiger. I know she's like guarding my heart. It's like, you can keep your heart open, and you have this like ferocity of a tiger. So I'm sharing all this because I feel like the cranes and the tiger is like here. The tiger medicine is here for all of us. And so let's step into this little moment of ceremony, because that's what priestesses do, right? We can step into ceremony in an instant, not because we're multitasking or distracted, but because we're the modern mystic. We're moms, we're wives, we're daughters, we're mothers, we're businesswomen, we're, creatives, we're authors, we're writers. We have all of these things that we're doing in the earth plane. We're not in the temple or in the ashram or in the cave as we were in other lifetimes. And so we can harness that ability to step into ceremony with ease and effortlessness. So let's do that. And if you are here, I know I see some names here, but I would love to see your names. I think at the end I'll pull a card or two, and I'll pull just from the names I see here, just whoever I'm guided to. So you want to say hi, please. Okay, so I invite everybody to take some cleansing breaths. And just relax your body, stretch your body, whatever needs to happen. And hi, Kim. So good to see you here. And go into your heart. So if it helps, you can bring the palms of your hands over your heart. Hello, Angie. And bringing your awareness into your beautiful heart. Now, see, your heart is radiating this beautiful, like a moonstone, creamy, pearlescent white light is being emanated out of your heart. And in front of you, there is now this beautiful, like this beautiful forest. It's nighttime, and you look up at the sky, and the full moon is radiant and brilliant. And so there you are in this magical, beautiful forest that your heart created for you right now. And you see in the sky this beautiful, beautiful moon. And you can hear a body of water. Hey, Claire. You can hear that there's water, this gentle lapping of water. And so as you stand there underneath this beautiful moon, the breeze feels perfect for you. And your feet are guided to walk on a path. And as you walk on this path, first you feel leaves and maybe little twigs under your bare feet. It feels very comfortable and safe. But then the ground starts to shift, and you start to feel sand and little pebbles. And you realize that you're walking on this beautiful beach. And you're walking towards the ocean, and you suddenly see before you this very calm ocean inlet with the moon, the beautiful moon above, and it's like reflecting on the water of the ocean. So there, it looks like almost like there's a path of moonlight on the water. And so we're all going to walk towards the shore, right where the water meets the sand. And again, you're feeling so safe. You're feeling so present and grounded. And on this full moon, as you connect with your heart and you connect with your beautiful soul, you welcome the release that this full moon brings. And so you're asking your beautiful soul, that divine master within you, what am I here to release today in this full moon? And whenever you're watching the replay, it's the same question. So know that this is, I programmed into this transmission. So what is it? Ask yourself, what am I here to release through ease and effortlessness? And just ask that question. And as you ask the question, it's like the full moon has moved and it's directly over the crown of your head now. And this beautiful full moon pearlescent white light is bathing you. As you ask that question, what am I releasing today? And as that happens, as that pearlescent moonlight infuses your body. It is all being released through your feet into the ocean. The ocean, so generous, is taking it and recycling it and dissolving it. Whatever is being released, anything that is blocking your heart, anything that can get in the way of you receiving all of the light codes and activations that are coming this month, to anything that could block the abundance, the grace, the healing, the trust, the faith, the peace that passes all understanding. And so feel that moonlight. And maybe in this moment, you don't know consciously yet what it is you're releasing, but you're just allowing it to happen. Or maybe you're clear and you're like, oh, yes, I'm releasing self-judgment. I'm releasing shame. I'm releasing toxic guilt. I'm releasing this person or that person or whatever it is, right? I'm releasing. It's just flowing through you. And remember that the prayer here, the grace here, is that it's being released through ease. It's being released through effortlessness. And so as that happens, Our Lady of Guadalupe, who is standing on that crescent moon, appears at the distance, at the horizon. And if you've never connected to Our Lady of Guadalupe, that is fine. You can look up an image afterwards. And she is there with her cloak of stars standing on this crescent moon. And what was her message when she appeared? It was, am I not here who am your mother? Que no estoy aquí, que soy tu madre. And with that phrase, what was she saying? She was saying, there's nothing for you to worry about. Am I not here? Am I not here as the Divine Mother? And so she's standing there in the horizon. She's just witnessing this release that is happening. And she is just glowing in light. And I just see her just sending this message of how many blessings, how much grace she has for us in her coming celebration this Sunday coming, December 11th. And so just see her, and if there's a message that she brings to your heart, receive it now. And she reminds us again of that message from a few weeks ago. The priestesses have suffered enough. Enough. It's enough. And so take just a few more moments to receive this blessing from the moon, from Guadalupe, from your beautiful soul. And as you come back into your heart, you come back into your room, the scenery, that image around you, that ceremonial space dissolves into light, and we ask your higher self to integrate this ceremony on all 4 levels of your being: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, across all dimensions of time. As we bring the palms of our hands together and we bow to each other and our own heart, and we end with a namaste. Namaste, everyone. Thank you, everyone, so much. If you want to share anything, hello, Amy. Hello. Yes, I think I've seen it already. On the chat of or on the comments, if you're watching the replay, of what you were guided to release, what came to you as you were standing there at the shoreline, feel free to do that. That felt so powerful. And I know, that I've really come to appreciate how important the release is, so that we can receive more. And so I hope you can join me on Sunday. Again, this is a free offering. It's the 8th annual Guadalupe gathering. This year, it's all about embodying trust. Embodying trust. Not just thinking about it, Not just having it every now and then, but really how do we embody divine trust in 2023? Because that's what's going to give you the fuel and the courage to take the action steps you're meant to take. Thank you, Kim, for saying that. Release regret. Oh, that's such a big one, right? Thank you for naming that. I can feel that in my heart. Yes. And so anybody else, if you want to share, please feel free to do that. I will put the link again to enroll if you want to sign up for the Guadalupe gathering. I'll put the link in the comment in the description of the video. The replay will be available if you can't attend live. There are several other things that are coming on the 22nd, 12/22/22, the day after the solstice. Mother Mary told me there's going to be a lot of activation and light codes happening that day. And so I'm having a very special planetary Mother Mary healing that day. You can sign up for all of these already. And the Sophia Circle journey starts January 12th. And it's all about remembering and revealing who you are. There's nothing more courageous than that. So let me read some of the other things here. Amy saying release fear and then trust. Yes, thank you. Zoe, also releasing forgiveness of myself and others. Thank you, Zoe. Yes. Jill, release pain, struggle, and resistance. Yes, Jill. Thanks. She's saying, I'm in for the Lady of Guadalupe. Yes, and thank you, Jill. I know you shared some abundance to buy roses. So and flowers for the ceremony. So I'm so appreciative of that, Jill. They will be on display. I create a whole altar behind me. Like Guadalupe's already preparing me. Okay, so I'm going to Laura Lopez. Hi, Laura. I think you're who I know, right? So glad you're here. And so what I'm going to do is, unless you say no, I'm going to assume, because this is just getting too hard if I don't do it, that you would be okay with me pulling a card for you. And I can't do one for everyone. So I'm just like literally on my screen, what I can do. I just noticed that this is so fun. I can actually, it's almost like I scroll through the names, almost like a wheel, like in Wheel of Fortune, and then it lands on a name. So I'm just going to trust that that's a name of someone I meant to pull a card for. But before that, let's pull a card for everyone. Okay, so I'm going to pull a card from the Priestess of the Light Oracle. It's a gorgeous oracle deck. I am going to create an oracle deck as well. I've known this for years. And I'm just putting the prayer out there that the most perfect, amazing artist comes to me for that, because Mother Mary's really been tapping me on the shoulders about getting this done. Yes, Laura, it is you. Awesome. All right. So anyway, card for the group first, and then I will scroll and see who gets a card. Okay, what's the message here? Beautiful. Oh my gosh, White Buffalo Woman. Achievement, effort, plus intention. Isn't this so hilarious? Right? We got effortless, we got ease, and now we have the White Buffalo and this beautiful woman that to me represents beautiful Ascended Master White Buffalo Woman. And it says effort plus intention. So we're talking about not the effort, struggle, suffer. We're talking about soulful effort. Because it does take discipline to practice, right? It takes discipline to meditate, right? It takes discipline to keep our heart open. It takes discipline to take the action steps that our soul is guiding us to take. And so that's what this is talking about. So I love that, because I feel it's like we birthed it. And White Buffalo Woman, oh my gosh, she's a lightning rod. And I feel her so in alignment with Our Lady of Guadalupe. So thank you. Look at this. Receive that blessing from that White Buffalo and from beautiful White Buffalo Woman for all of you. And so, okay, let's scroll and see. Okay, clever. This is meant to land on. And of course, we know we celebrate whoever it lands on, because we know that the message is for all of us, right? So let's scroll. Where did it go? Zoe, it landed on your name twice. So we're going to do this. All right. All right, so what is the message? And listen, everyone, to see what resonates for you as well. All right, I'm saying this message is for me too. Okay, so abundance, fortune, wealth, plenty, Look at this gorgeous, beautiful priestess. It has so much Lakshmi energy there. And so, I mean, there's not a lot to say about this card because it's so clear, but what I'm really being drawn to, which I hadn't noticed the first time I saw it, was the multiple arms. And so for me, for you, Zoe, and really for everyone, it's like all these different arms, all these different branches through which abundance is going to flow into our lives. Like it's just going to come in through all the, some obvious, but some other pathways that are unexpected. And so we're here to receive that. Thank you so much. All right. So let me just see. Yeah, I swear I could just stay on here for hours. Like really, my husband Greg's always like, Lisa, but I have to go, but I'm really was guided to do it one more time in Destiny. This card, it just landed on you. The angels were just like, okay, so I'm just going to do this and then I'm going. Okay. I've never seen this card before. Okay. River of blessings, releasing constraints. There you go, Destiny. River of blessings, releasing constraints. So everyone take this image in and see how it speaks to you. I love that this priestess has that bowl, both to receive and to release, right? And that water is flowing. And then there's that beautiful cat medicine, that feline power as the tiger behind me that I have on my beautiful jacket. That is blessing all of us. All right, everyone. I hope to see you on Sunday. It's going to be amazing. I cannot wait. And to see you and all the other things. And to, if you're called to join the Sophia Circle journey, the most powerful, amazing women are signing up. And I would love for you to join. Bye, everyone. Talk to you soon.